Good morning. Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Tom here. Just doing my post-match review of a very disappointing performance at Crystal Palace with a 2-2 draw. Where to start? The first probably 5-10 minutes, we seemed okay, and we had a couple of good chances in that game. Vardy flicks a ball just wide of the post from a Tielemans free kick, and then we have another corner, and Vestergaard, for me, should be scoring, where it basically smacks him on the shoulder and goes straight to the goalkeeper. Probably should do him better. But then, well, the disappointment starts even more. The next 25 minutes, we were absolutely atrocious, and Crystal Palace could have been 2-3 goals up by that point, and defensively all over the place. Vestergaard, Sayuncu, Ryan Bertrand, all jumping in too often, selling themselves too easy for me. And for some reason, we are not defending as a unit. We're not defending as the team as we did last year, and we're hard to break down. And for this season, Vestergaard and Sayuncu look atrocious at the back for me. I mean, Vestergaard yesterday, how many times he jumped in and people going past him for fun is too many for me. You've got to make yourself hard to beat in the penalty area. And you don't want to make contact, but you've got to be making yourself a little bit bigger and harder to go around than the way they were. We then get the stroke of luck. I mean, what can you say? Well played, Iheanacho. He nicks the ball off the centre half, runs up the defend goalkeeper and scores, and you get yourself ahead in the game where we should be behind. You then get a 2-goal lead. Vardy again, lovely ball from Tielemans, knocking it over the top for Barnes to get onto. Plays in Vardy around the back, and we all know what's going to happen. He puts it in the net. And at 2-0, I mean, I don't know what the players needed to be said at our time from Rodgers. That one, we haven't really seen any game where we've had a full game we haven't played well. We've always had a half we played bad, but the second half we played better, or the first half we played better and second half we played poor. But for me, I don't know what Rodgers said to him, but it didn't work, because the second half was even more worse. And we have the chance to go 3-0. Barnes, left-hand side of the box, and you're expecting him to do what he did against Napoli and then put it across the goalkeeper. But for bizarre reason, he goes to the near post and it's a side netting. And for me, that's probably the turning point of the game, because if he scores down 3-0, I think we probably might have just held on to get the win. But as soon as that happened, we just seemed to lose it. For me, big gate problems between playing this 4-4-2. The gap between the midfield and the strikers, there's too big a gap between Tielemans and Hamza and the strike force. Hamza, I'm not going to sit here and slay. I didn't think he had that bad a game, but you could tell he was tiring. And if I'm honest, that sub was probably the only one that Rodgers made. What was a fair sub, and bringing on Samari for Hamza. I felt we were getting overrun in midfield, and he maybe thought bringing him on would give that little bit of energy we needed and that bit more tall and height in the midfield to win the headers. But the 2 goals, I mean, the first one for me is a shambles. Too easy to get the ball in the box. You get the look of the bounce, but my God, we've got to defend better than that. That, you know, it flicks off 2 defenders before he gets the second shot away. And then the turning point, bizarre changes. You know, you're looking at the game and you're thinking, right, you're 2-1, either go 5 at the back or 3 defenders, bring on Daniel Amante, and then make your substitution like you did, of bring off Nacho and try and shore it up a bit. I could understand that a little bit. But to bring on Maddison in the game, didn't get it at all. We needed another defender on that part to try and shore us up. What happens with a minute of that? Jeffrey Slupp, the ex-Leicester man, gets a lucky Brown to the ball and a headed in, and before you know it, it's 2-2. You know, you're then thinking we've got to go win this game. But he makes another bizarre change. You know, Adebayo and Lookman, for me, Lookman, Nacho, Vardy, and Timmy Castagne, the only ones who really come out with any credit from the game. The rest of them are bang average and poor. You know, you take off Lookman, who was a threat all day long down the right. He was causing them problems, but we take him off and bring on Albrighton. I love Albrighton, but he's a person to bring on when you're maybe 2-0 up and you want to see the game out, because he'll work hard for you. But it was a bizarre sub when you now need another goal to win the game, but we take him off. And then Maddison, it would have been on. The substitution from Rodgers yesterday were really, really strange for me. I didn't get any of the subs. Like I say, maybe the Saka one, the Samari one, because Hamza hasn't played a lot of games. But overall, to be honest, really poor performance. And now we got 2 weeks before we play Man United at home. Uh, Heaven forbid that Sancho and Vestergaard are going to somehow try and man mark one of the greatest footballers in the world in Cristiano Ronaldo, because he's going to have a field day at the moment with the way that we're playing at the back. Again, someone saying stick to 4-4-2. I mean, again, I agree with you that Vardy needs a partner, Nacho needs a partner. It works. Them two play together well. But that's my thoughts. Again, remember to join me tonight with Phil. Phil's live tonight. I'm going to come on with him. We're going to have a chat about the game at 7:30. Yeah, Lewis, the subs are completely bamboozled. But for me now, that's it. I just thought I'd give my review. I'm not. I'm not annoyed. I'm disappointed to the start of the season because I felt we'd strengthened the right areas. I'm still a bit concerned that we're signing players like Daka, who's not getting even a go in the Premier League yet, and I still think there's a good player in there, and he just needs time to get used to the Premier League. But he ain't going to get used to it if he's not playing. It's a strange situation, but he's not getting any game time at all in the Premier League for Daka. But hey, us fans all have different opinions. Thanks for watching this. If you're watching it on the back, drop a comment in on YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe. Again, we'll be on at 7:30 tonight with Phil, talking about the performance and where we go from here in the next couple of weeks before we play Man U. But for now, cheers for watching. Bye bye.